We are on the driving approach to the Mount Baldy trailhead. I don't know if that's the name of the trailhead, but we're hiking up Mount Baldy, also known officially as Mount San Antonio. I think it's a little over 10,000 feet high, and I believe there's going to be snow at this in September 2019. Funny story, I had just moved to Arizona, started working, but flew back east to Atlanta to go to the Georgia Notre Dame game in Athens. The game was on a Saturday night. Got out of the game, got back to Atlanta at, I don't know, 2 in the morning maybe. Then had a 6 a.m. flight, so basically got hardly any sleep. I think I got about 2 hours. Actually went back to Atlanta to my buddy Pat's place. Got a couple hours of sleep. Then he drove me to the airport at the crack of dawn, or when it was dark. Flew across country to Ontario, California. Got off the plane, immediately went to a bar to watch the Eagles game, which started at 10 in the morning California time. Had a couple beers. When the game got over, then I drove up here and I hiked Baldy. So needless to say, I think I'm gonna be faster this time. Extreme alpine conditions. No, I just talked to a guy who finished. He said there was barely any snow at the top. He said you barely had to walk in it at all. So that must be a sign from when it's the winter. So here we are. Oh yeah, you are here. So I am going up. Yeah, so you can go up this way and then to the ski resort and then go up Devil's Backbone, apparently right by Mount Hartwood, and then to Mount San Antonio, 10,046 feet. So we're gonna go up this Baldy Bow Trail, 3.4 miles. I wish it said the elevation here, but I believe we're just over 6,000. I'm excited to feel how cold it's going to be up top. The one guy said he thought it was in the 20s up top. So, yeah, that should feel good. All right, here's where we branch off. This is the way I went up last time, which adds several miles. But this is the steep trail up, and it's already steep. First couple steps. I can't say I remember much about this coming down, but this trail actually splits then. It looks like there's a couple ways up there, and I don't know how well, if the one trail's legit or not. So I think I'm just gonna go up the way that's marked. Split might be right up here. So we've only gained, I don't know, 400 feet maybe. Probably got 3,500 to go. What is this? I wasn't planning on signing in, but maybe I can. So anyway, headed up steeply. You know what? I'm gonna make things interesting. I'm gonna head up. You can't see that at all. See, there's a black line right there that goes straight up. Well, this is it, and I think I am gonna take it, and hopefully it doesn't turn treacherous, and if this works, I'll go down the other steep way, which is right there,
there's a line, and obviously it looks like a path so far, but who knows? I could see this. This is going to be really steep. Really steep. We're talking maybe 3,500 feet in, I don't know, a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles. This is going to be tough. All right, well, so I'm taking the steep way, the extra steep way, which I wasn't even aware of until now. So you can see we're already 40, 50 feet above the other trail. So headed straight up. This will take us right to Mount Hargrove or Harwood or whatever it was called. So maybe I'll summit that as a bonus peak before I go over to Baldy. Already very difficult just to walk on this grade. It'll be fun though. So, going up. Yeah, this is very steep. You can see straight over. If I took the road up, I would have hit that ski area right there. That would have been about halfway up. And I don't think I'm quite at that elevation, but I'm almost at the ski hut or whatever that's, the official ski hut's over on the other steep trail. I'm like at 7,300 feet. I started at just over 6,000. Gone up maybe 1,250. Obviously still a long way to go. So not even about 30% of the way up. You can see great views because I'm on this ridge. I'm literally just following this ridge up to the main ridge. But that's Baldy with the snow on it, I believe. I don't see what else it could be because I know it's to the left of Harwood, or so I think Harwood or Hargrave or is hidden. We can't see it right now. But there have been 2 people coming down this trail, surprisingly. I don't know why anyone would want to go down this. You'd just be slipping, falling, or putting immense pressure on your knees and your ankles. So I definitely won't go down this way. Luckily it does some little swiggles. It just went straight up. It'd be very difficult, but this is, you know, like I said, about 2,000 feet a mile territory. I'll check the stats later. Maybe it's only 1,700 or something, but a mile gain. But yeah, you don't get many hikes that are this steep for sustained, you know, say over a mile or over a mile and a half, that actually are a trail and aren't just like a scramble up a gully or something. So if anything, the beginning part felt steeper than it is now. If that's any consolation, maybe that means it's just going to get even harder and steeper. I don't know. But we are beelining straight up this secondary ridge, and we still have a long way to go. I don't know what peak that is over there. And then you can see snow on the north face, which makes sense. You can see the road down there that we drove up, and not quite the parking lot, but right where the parking is. So check in again higher up. We hit the smallest patch of little flat. It's for about 10 steps. I'm up at about 8,200 feet. So I'm over halfway up. Over halfway up the total from the car to the summit, and more than halfway up this steep little part, because this steep little part doesn't drop you off on the summit. It might drop you off, you know, 300 feet lower than the summit. So we're over 8,200 now. I think we got to go up this steep part to maybe 9,700. And then we can bag that other summit. And then I think it's a pretty smooth, you know, maybe 300-foot gain in half a mile or something to the Baldy summit. So, not easy. Not easy at all. But slowly but surely getting closer and at least making progress. Great views. So the ridge over there, I can't see it from the ski area. That's like Devil's Backbone, which is supposed to be real exposed and scary and all this. I don't remember it being like that at all. I remember it being like pretty easy and straightforward without any fear of misstepping off. I think it was pretty wide, like Cloud's Rest, or, you know, I would say Angel's Landing too, because I also don't feel like there's much of a threat to fall on that. But obviously some people think that's scary and exposed, but I don't remember it being like that at all. But some guy I met today, or I'd met him before, but he said people, when the wind's bad, have gotten blown off Devil's Backbone to their death. So maybe if it was that windy that you couldn't even stay afoot, possibly. But trying to give you a sense for how steep this is. I mean, I have to lean forward, because if I don't, I'll fall back, slip back. So I think we crest this point up here, but then I think it's still more up on. This is just a slight little false summit here. So anyway, we're probably, oh, look at this. Oh man, got a new longest flat stretch, even a little bit of down. We just dropped about 5 feet. Gonna drop another 5 feet. Could have jogged there if I wanted to. Starting to feel the wind a little more. I'm exerting myself so I don't feel chilly. But if I stopped, I think I would start to get chilly. And I think on the top, it will definitely be chilly. So I think we're about at 8,300 or so. Whoop. And it's about that time to start up this little thing. Come a long way. Come up 2,300 feet, or at least 2,200 feet. So that's decent, I guess. Yeah. This is where it's like loose. I just slip. Starting to slip. Whew. We're about 8,800 feet. So this little steep connector here, I looked up the stats. It's 1.3 miles and you gain just over 2,600 feet. So there's your 2,000 feet a mile, which is pretty intense for sure, especially for not being class 3 at all. Usually when you get stuff that steep, there's some class 3 sections where you're using your hand, you know, flat irons. Steep section approaches 2,000 feet a mile for like an entire mile. So it's like going up flat iron without using your hands at all, without having big rocks to step up on. Yeah. So this actually dumps us up at 9350, not whatever, I guess 97 or 9800 before I looked at the map. So even after we join the main trail, we still have 700 feet or so to gain, and actually more because I'm summiting the other peak. So I don't know what the drop is. There's probably a 400 gain drop regain. So in other words, we still got a long way to go. Yeah. At some point up here, the trail splits, and we just want to take the one that goes straight up. So you can see, those trees might be our salvation. Probably not though. Yeah. So anyway, I'll check in once I get to the main path, probably. Yeah. To the junction with the main trail. We're gonna head up right there to Mount Harwood. Whew. I think the altitude is probably affecting me. I was just thinking, I haven't been up at this elevation, I believe, since the end of the JMT, which was in early August. So yeah, it's been a while, needless to say. I'm coming up here and then I'm banging a right, and frankly I only have like 200 feet or a little more to Mount Harwood here, so it's 95 something. Maybe here's the right here, and then I don't actually have to drop too much, if any, maybe 100 feet. So that's a relief, but we will still have 600 feet or so to gain after we drop off Harwood. Here's good old Baldy with a bunch of snow on its north face. You can see we've gotten above or right at tree line pretty much. This grade's much easier than what we were doing before. Oh, here you go. Here's where I'm gonna branch up to Harwood. Then you can see we gotta fall off and then to walk up Baldy. So pretty cool with the clouds. Whew. Still not cold yet because I'm moving, but I'll be when I stop on top. Dun, dun, dun. This is Harwood. I don't know where the official summit is. Looks like it's about right here. We got a nice snowbank here on this side. Probably a steep drop off too. And there's our friend Baldy. So should be over there on top in, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. So whew, windy up here. Gorgeous though. It's snow, but one of the trails seems to skirt around it. There's looking back to Harwood. So we only have, I don't know, maybe 200 more feet to gain. Maybe not even that. Whew. You know, less than a quarter mile to the summit. Yeah, the altitude is definitely affecting me, I think. I need to start doing this higher elevation stuff too, especially if I'm going to be bagging a bunch of 14ers. Yeah, that post isn't the summit, it keeps going. Anyway, I'm almost there. I will check in up at the top. So we're going down the Baldy Bowl Trail to the ski hut, and I guess the Manker campground is where we parked. Dawson Peak. I guess that's Dawson Peak over there. Ah, I didn't realize the PCT. I guess it's close by here. Go. 10,064 according to the sign. Mount Baldy, Mount San Antonio. Pretty cool. Above the clouds. It's a little chilly with the wind. Woo! So yeah, I'm gonna put this away and get off this ridge where it's very chilly. I could put my jacket on, but I don't really feel